Hey, and welcome to Loquiz Academy. In this short tutorial, I'm going to discuss the ways you can use to create new games, and we'll also touch specifically two games. We'll create them together. So there are three ways you can create your games in Loquiz. The first way is that you start from a template. And this is very important because if you are a beginner, you probably want to check out the templates. And if you are a experienced game creator, then you probably have your own templates. So very often within Loquiz, the new game creation starts with a template. Let's grab one template from here and let's try to create this game. Now we have some free templates available. And these are all created by Loquiz team. They are free for you to use. You can create your own games. You can modify these templates if you have the package that allows for that. And then there are some paid templates that are created by other Loquiz users, and they can be shared to you as well. So for example, you might have somebody in a total other country develop a cool game, and they just share it to your account so that you can use their template and create the same game. Of course, you need to agree with that game creator then, but it's a possibility. Let's grab one of those free templates and let's create this scavenger hunt game. So this is the template that is actually ready to play. So when I create the game based on this template, I instantly get into the our usual game creator flow. And the first thing always is to choose the tasks for the game. The cool thing is that when you take those ready to play games or ready to play templates, they already have the tasks in them. So you can see that we have 26 tasks already in the actual virtual scavenger hunt we are going to create. And it's a full game, so if you now need to translate it, it is possible just to open those tasks one by one and translate those tasks and save them back into the game so that you have your game that is how you like it. If you want to change anything in any task, you are able to do that as well. Okay, so the next stage always is to go to the rules. And with all those free templates, those rules are actually open as well. And this game only has these rules, so it's actually a pretty easy game, so that it's not overly complicated for you to dig into the rules as well. So first of all, it's an outdoor game, but it's not location specific game. So it's a game where you need to move around to find the stuff, but it's not a game where you actually need to go to the location. So when creating this game, you don't need to customize it for the location. You just can create it as such, and it works everywhere. Okay, so very briefly what the rules do is that it basically shows you the main tasks in a kind of user interface screen. Those are all the icons that can be used to launch the objects. When you launch the object, you need to find that object and you need to scan that object, and when you have scanned that object, then some of additional tasks will pop up for you, some logic questions and some puzzles. So this is what it does. And looking at the rules, you can see that everything that you need to find are shown on the playground tasks. So these are those icons. And then the other rules are that if this and this are finished, then you get some kind of puzzle. Or if umbrella is found, you get the umbrella logic puzzle to answer. So this is basically what it does. And at the end of the day, when you have finished all the tasks, you have found all the objects, and you have answered all the logic puzzles, the game ends. So that is what it basically does. So the third step, and of course you are free to actually change around the blocks if you need to, maybe redefine the logic if you want to, but you don't have to do that. And now the last step is that you just need to add some configuration steps. So you might give it a name. We have this default name actually already assigned, so you can also leave it as such. You probably want to change some stuff in the intro message. So this is the info box that everybody sees. You might want to maybe put your phone number in there if you're running this event, or some extra words if you want to. And you also get the play codes, username and password. So basically we don't need to change anything here. So I save the game, and right away I get a QR code to start the game, I get the username and password to start the game, and I also get the email to my inbox that have those username and password in it, so that I can actually, you know, send it around. And also result page is created, so I can go to the result page as well, and I can have a look at the results. So for this game, it's actually quite important also, there are some photos that are made, so there are some really cool photo assignments. So you probably want to look at the photo as well. At the moment, there's nothing here because we have not played the game yet. But then when you actually, you know, give the codes to the people, you will get the results from here. So this is as simple as it gets, and your game is ready in no time. Okay, that is the first way to create a game. And of course the game will, you know, appear in your games list, and you can, you know, find everything with the game here in this list. And you can also go and still edit the game after you have created it. So if you want, still feel that okay, something is not quite right, maybe I want to add something to the text, you can do that. Okay, so the next way to create a game is kind of on a template, but it's a special template, and these are called special tools. And for that, let's create one Rogain tool. So we have different kinds of special tools available, and Rogain is one of those outdoor games that is really easy to create. So very often you have a situation where you just need to have something location specific. You want to have a bunch of tasks in the wild, people go to different locations, they answer the tasks, they get the points, they come back and they are happy. And the Rogain is built to do that. So just let's create a Rogain based on this template. I create Rogain here, and the first step is always to add some tasks into the game. And now this template or this special tool is different because it doesn't have any content. It expects that you have all the content, so you are not going to work with somebody else's content. I don't have the content, but what I can do is that I can go to the public library and I can just take some of those public tasks here, and let's say I just add 5 different questions from the public library. The public library has over 500 tasks available, so free to use for you, so you can always go and grab it. And if you want to, you can translate it and save it into your own collection as well. So the next step after I have added 3 tasks is to go to the location screen and add the location. So you see it's a little bit different. There are no rules you need to add. It's just the locations, and I'm gonna add those locations. Let's see, where is the nice place? So I know actually that here's quite nice park, so I'm gonna add the tasks here. So let's add them here. Actually, this is not the park I wanted to add them to, but this is, so let's add them to the park here. So the problem here is that I don't really see the roads, and I want to add those to the roads. And what I can do is that I can change the map. Doesn't show anything to me, but the OpenStreetMap does. So what I can now do is that I can actually allocate these so that they are accessible as well. Okay, so this is kind of important. And now if I'm not quite sure, you know, if this quiz can be approached or not, then what I can also do is that I can make the activation radius a little bit bigger for this icon, and also maybe for this icon, so that they can easily be activated. And well, what I do have now is that I have a game that has 5 locations. People can start it whenever, wherever, and they can go to those places one by one. Okay, and the last step, as always, is that I need to then give it a name. You need to give it an intro message because there is no default message in the special tool, so you need to explain that, you know, people would go to the specific places. You probably want to set a language so that the user interface is in the language you want it to be, and you save the game. And that is basically, again, the same step. You have the QR code, you have the username, password. They are also sent to your email, and also you have the result page that you can approach, and you can open and see how the people are doing. And again, if you have the photos in it, then you can also see the photos from here. Now I also have the map here, so you can actually see where the teams have been and where they are if you allowed for tracking. And you can also see the locations and the points that have been given for those locations. So again, quite simple, but this is so powerful game type. You don't need to really go into thinking about the rules so much. It's just like you do it and you forget it. Really cool. A lot of games actually are created with the Rogain special tool. Now the third way to create a game, and I will not go into that for a very deep dive, but the third way to create a game is that you create it from the scratch. And that again means that you have the possibility to add some tasks into that. And then the next step is that you start creating the rules. So that is everything open for you to you know, experience. Like, what kind of tasks do you want there? What kind of rules will you be using to build your games? And what kind of playgrounds maybe you will be using to show the user interface to the user. So that is basically empty page for you to build whatever you want to. It's probably the most complicated thing, and how it probably happens is that you build your game and then you create your own template out of that, and then the rest of the games you create based on that mechanics is based on your own template already. But you will learn a lot more about the blocks in other videos. Okay, thanks.